sevenfold.
I will turn my volume up. I will turn y'all's volume right about there.
And now my cat will wake up because I've made that noise, and this recording is going to go south really fast.
See, your cat game. He knows the noises that you should train him. See, so you know that you can get him to make the rolls you want him to make for you for your cat game. But
when I need Achilles to do well, or when something in the game has to happen, that's a very crucial role. He just has to interrupt me while I'm recording or try to scratch my face. I think it's fine.
That's what you need when you need a crit.
Or groom your nose until it bleeds.
Oh, God, yeah, that happened. You shouldn't fall asleep around my cat. It's not safe.
All right.
There's a lot of A1 in the house, as Jason pointed out a while ago.
All right. Greetings and salutations, travelers. Welcome back to the Inn of Planar Crossroads, and welcome back to our annual game of Fallout Fort Smith. We hope you enjoy this world as much as I like to bring people to it and play it. Also, we are switching systems from Starfinder to Open Legend for this particular game. It will just fit better, be able to mesh a bit easier with what I'm wanting to do with the story for people and make it really enjoyable and a lot more cinematic. So that's what we're doing with this. And if you don't like that, I mean, it's just the mechanics. You can still enjoy the story. So we'll jump into
I feel like you
that.
wanted to say that to the people who have been optimized in Pathfinder 1E for a really long time.
Yeah, it's not as easy to optimize, and there are ways to do it, but it's not as straightforward to optimize in Open Legend as it is others, or it can be.
Play a Martian and get power tank. You're halfway there.
All right.
We're halfway there. Is my face super green right now? It is, isn't it?
Your face doesn't look super green to me.
No, I mean like on the OBS overlay when we're doing like the Pip-Boy apparatus.
It will look green.
Oh, yes.
Well, I am going to shift the colors on that. You guys know that. You're watching.
I'm concerned as to what mine's going to look like because it already looks like I'm developing photographs.
Oh, Jokane, how did you get so jaundiced? Oh, no.
I don't eat a lot of vegetables.
And I'm up here, and I don't get a lot of sun in Canada, so...
Coming to a point where the sun will be up in his neck of the woods for 30 minutes.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
All right.
Sun will be going down at 4 p.m. every day.
Dang.
And you wonder why things aren't set more often in Canada. There's not enough sun.
Hey man, y'all are scared of the dark. It's just make all of your horror games me in Canada. It's dark all the fucking time.
My retort to things not set in Canada would be the very first. The second one was bad. Markiplier streamed it. Damn it! Until Dawn, I think it's called.
Oh yeah, with the Wendigos.
Those aren't really the best representation of Wendigos, but okay.
I watched it. I'm like, I get it, Kane. I get you. That's.
It's accurate to one tribe's interpretation of Wendigos.
Yeah. All right, that's not Fallout Fort Smith. Fallout Fort Smith is what we're playing today, and this is going to be our introduction for everybody to the characters that you're going to see. So let me see. We're going to start on my left and go towards the right. So, Tommy, you're up first. Who you bringing to the table?
I'm going to keep jamming this random name generator until I have No, I figured it out. After getting off a random name generator that was just putting the names of two different Fallout characters together, although Fat Yes Man was really, really tempting, or Greasy Caesar was pretty good too. I've decided my character's name is Ash. Where he's from, I'm not incredibly super sure and kind of want to intentionally leave open, pun not intended, to like make sure he gels with the story that we're trying to tell in the mini one shot.
To make sure he's a real legend?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
As far as his like mechanics goes, most of my points have been spent into agility with like a fair helping of all three of the social skills. So I'm basically, because it's a new system and I don't super know like what is going on or how to play it, because I had one shot of Open Legend with Levi last year sometime, And so I decided I would default to something that I'm comfortable with playing, and that's to say high dexterity, high charisma. I will be the spaghetti boy. But I guess my image for him is like some kind of wandering, possibly like gamblery, possibly like bounty huntery type who has come to the setting for whatever he's come to the setting, and will like run according to the lines of the story. Probably just that stereotypical wasteland wanderer, I suppose, is what I've made.
All right. So Wasteland Wanderer, kind of a 6-shooter type of guy, or is he going for energy weapons?
I have the weapons are reflavored, but I haven't reflavored them. But I'm carrying, as far as like mechanical stuff goes, I have a Colt 45 and a Bowie knife. There's a big gun on his hip. I guess I want to be able to be like okay at both, but I think I'd rather like be the guy who has all the VATS and everyone in the room is dead if I fail the speech check before combat started.
Okay.
I really want to re-download Fallout now. There it is.
All right. It was inevitable with this game.
The nostalgia is strong with this one.
Okay. So that's what you're going for. What about you, Jason? You're the next one on in my sequence.
Okay, I'll be playing Lieutenant Daniel Jackson. He's a member of whatever the, say, the local NCR equivalent is.
Okay.
He's more along the ranger end of the faction. Lots of time out in the middle of nowhere. He's very observant. He serves both as a scout and a sniper, and general troubleshooter. He's about 5'6", weighs about 158 pounds of jerky. Looks like it. Just very, whipcord appearance. As far as equipment goes, just basic outdoor gear. Didn't know quite what weaponry was going to be available. If I could do it, of the stuff that's straight out of Open Legend for melee, he has a hatchet and a Bowie knife.
Okay.
And for ranged, I'd like, if there is a laser rifle available, I'd like one.
There are technically energy weapons, so you can put into energy for that, or you can put into agility, but that's usually for physical weapons.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll just take a reasonably good rifle, and if I could get well, here comes where I try to wheel and deal with the GM.
Oh.
Exceptional item, the Colt 45. I would like it, but I would like to swap one of the traits.
Okay.
It has potent and deadly.
Okay.
And I would like to change that to swift and deadly. So they don't get advantage, but it still counts as a swift weapon, so it would be in the same category as like the hatchet or the knife is. I'm thinking kind of along the line of a 45 pistol, a 1911, something that's quicker and easier to work with than a big old 45 long Colt
With
smoke wagon.
Right, with less overall damage potential, what we're thinking.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So Jason, in fact, will not have a big iron on his hip.
No, his is a slim iron. Oh, now we'll have to have that we'll have to have that playing in the background or something.
He's an Arizona Ranger with a big iron on his hip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm downloading New Vegas. I give up. This is my life now. Here we go. Going back at it again.
Yep. All right. So that's what you got. Did you mention your age range or anything like that?
Late 20s, early 30s.
Okay. Late 20s, early 30s. So
he's grown up. He's, seen a lot, but he's not what you'd call old.
Okay. So you got a couple choices then. You've got the fort, and you got the New Marshals. And the New Marshals is a lot more like the NCR, but they're not a government. They're just they're more like a local militia force. Kind of think the NCR Rangers mixed with the Fallout 4's equivalent of the Minutemen. Kind of a happy medium between the two.
So kind of like the Rangers before the Rangers met the NCR, and like big statue in the how they doing the shake hands thing.
Right.
Okay.
So,
well, from what I've watched on YouTube, that sounds about right.
All right.
Yeah. Yes, my Fallout experience comes from YouTube. So
there are worse places, I will admit. And then the fort.
Yeah, I'll go with the Marshals.
Okay. So the New Marshals is that. They kind of.
I think I might as well actually just kind of sign up as a hired hand kind of thing. I think I like that.
Okie dokie. So that would that doesn't that doesn't commit you to either the fort or the New Marshals. You get to kind of float around as you want to, and then you're kind of from the New Marshals, and we'll work out how that fits into the story when we get to the story bits. So now we come to Kane. What are you playing, Kane?
Well, I'll be trying. I will be, or attempting to reprise my role from last year as Abrams Adelaide, who's a ghoul dumpster scientist. Pre-war, he was a biotech engineer, but that's not really an option anymore. And he's when the bombs dropped, he hid out in he hid out in a series of tunnels outside Fort Smith, and due to how deeply radiation penetrates stone like granite, soft porous stone like granite, he was exposed to a lot of like potent radiation over a very long period of time, and he ghoulified. And when people started coming out of the vaults and resettling the land, being a ghoul, he was pushed out of those settlements into sort of the ghoul societies that live on the outside of them. And he spent a lot of time going in between the ghoul shanty towns and the actual settlement, using his like engineering and science expertise to basically cobble together old junk into usable devices, along with doing some like courier and mercenary work on the side. And last year he got embroiled in some shady business with the character that Alex played, as well as a couple NPCs, when he was captured by a group of bandits called the Nukanauts, and Alex and the NPCs in question were also captured. And then if you want to know more about what happened from then on, you should go back and watch all the episodes from last year.
Follow this card right up here. There you go, Adam. Got it. Got you.
Cross promo. And we ended that year in a vault. Me, Alex, and I can't think of her name now.
Goldie.
And I had a bomb sewn into the back of my chest. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how we go from there.
Mm-hmm. All right. So being a ghoul, your age category is way much larger. But,
yeah, I'm very old.
Mm-hmm. And the community that you were trying to think of is the Damned 13. Because Lock and Damned 13 became the Damned 13. And a lot of ghouls stay there, and there's this really big mushroom forest around around the Damned 13, and because of the way that Fort Smith, you guys can see it on the map, the way that Fort Smith goes, it's got this horseshoe, and then the Lock and Dam is where everything congregates. All the radiation from the other parts of the Wasteland would go around there and get stuck there at the Lock and Dam until it eventually overflowed in, and so on and so forth. So that's where all the ghouls came from. So, all right, that is Adelaide. I keep saying Adelaide. You keep saying Abrams. I suppose either
That's
one.
okay.
Works.
I say the first half of the name. You say the second half of the name.
All right, Levi. You have the most experience with Open Legend, and
I do.
I'm sure that you have made this awesome character that's able to really take advantage of the system.
I am playing Sprag Harris, archetype Splody Man.
Okay.
6 in energy for the fact that I am decked in explosives at all times.
Oh.
I should point out that one of my flaws is armed and dangerous to myself. I am disabled, missing my left hand.
I like it.
I'm gonna do a weird thing mechanically, where I'm gonna do multi-attack specialist, and I'm gonna do area attacks constantly, and I have vicious strike. So I am almost entirely reliant on the D20 to get me through. Because I'm gonna have hefty disadvantage on everything.
Oh, so this is more of an experimental character for you, mechanically.
It
Anyway.
is an experimental character. Being the relatively most experienced, I was gonna have some fun.
Sounds fair.
I feel like I am the most hey, I was nice enough. I do have area manipulation 2. I can remove 2 squares from where I'm exploding. So, I'm not gonna hopefully kill us.
Well,
unless I collapse a building. But
there's
we'll
a lot
get there.
more. There's a lot more ranged options in a more modern game, so you should be okay. I
could do those.
Yeah.
But I am a bomber through and through. I would say he's not an explosive expert, he's an explosives enthusiast.
All right.
I wouldn't say I knew what I was doing so much as I just really liked doing it.
Yes! And I am hoping that he's an explosives expert, but I don't know yet.
All right.
He has a 6 in it, so but I'm gonna be getting a lot of disadvantage. It's gonna be fine though.
Yep.
Just in case I have Die Hard.
Just in case I kill myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to back up.
I can't do anything stupid this go around, like fall off an apartment building, because I'll just die in Open Legend.
Hey, you decided to do that.
You could still roll agility, see what happens.
Well, I'm pretty good at agility, but I think I would still be a green leathery pancake.
Maybe. Depends on how Adam's feeling it.
Oh,
Anyway.
Haven't had a green leathery pancake in ever.
I don't want one.
Yeah, Since that time I opened up the refrigerator, and I guess green leathery pancakes are kind of par for the course for any 1950s-esque can of pancakes we might run into.
Yeah.
Pancake? Hell no, that's a Salisbury steak, you nerd.
It's a rejected description of green eggs and ham. Green leathery pancake.
I'm glad it was rejected.
All right.
But I do have a 4 in learning, so I do know some things. I can craft mundane items, mostly bombs. We'll see how well he does his job of blowing up the other people.
Yeah, the other people is the key.
Now, he does have, since you let us have an item or 2 of wealth level 3, I only picked 1. And I made it, a camouflage projector. Basically, he can stay still and go invisible.
Okay. I can understand where that might come from, yeah.
Weak little baby stealth boy.
There's, little stealth boys.
Like yeah, it's a weaker stealth boy, but he can just like set it up at his feet and stay still and stealth.
Oh. So it's like a Fallout 1, 2 stealth boy, not like a Fallout 3 or 4 stealth boy. Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's talk mechanically for a second. To get the normal price of a stealth boy is wealth level 4, so I gave it the limiting factor that I had to be completely still while I used it.
Okay, that is understandable.
So, playing around with those. Otherwise, I've just got some normal armor and like just a pistol as a backup in case I'm in a situation where narratively I cannot have my bombs.
Okay.
But I don't want to use that. I want to bomb things. So,
Okay.
throwing a little honesty in there. All right.
All right.
And that is Sprague.
Okay. Now I assume he looks pretty much, as we're envisioning him, a little hunched over from all the work at the desk and then at the small, very volatile area.
Hunched over. The amount of hair he has varies from time to time based on personal experiments. Again, he has lost his left hand. He is generally has a smell of soot and nitroglycerin.
He smells like a gun all the time.
Yes. But you see a gun on his hip, and it looks pristine.
This character sounds a lot like most of the people from the town in which I grew up around the 4th of July. I don't personally know anybody who's lost fingers to like a bottle rocket or firecracker or something, but like you hear horror stories.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to say one fun flavor thing: rolls of like Christmas lights with cherry bombs.
Yep.
Instead
That's
of Christmas lights.
Par for the course.
I was just saying, you say you smell like black powder and iffy life choices.
Welcome to Fallout.
Yeah.
This character reminds me so hard of the guy reminds me so hard of the character who is in actual like RPG Fallout and wants to use explosives really hard, so hard that they're throwing them in vats, not realizing the grenade's gonna hang on a pipe somewhere and then bounce back at you. As always is the fate of explosives in like Fallout 3.
Yeah, I'm not vats in it. I'm just throwing it out and hoping it hits an enemy.
All right.
Really starting to sound like my family that lives out in the bush.
Kane's starting to
Perfect
feel
for Sprague.
personally attacked here.
Personally, no.
All right. So, that is Levi's character. Now, Ross.
I get to talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Goody.
Oof.
Sorry. My character is called Cap, and I'll explain in the story why he's named Cap, but he is a custom-modified Protectron unit. Specifically, he was originally a utility unit who's been repurposed, programmed on, and modified as sort of an experiment into the current form he's in. He is a Protectron. He kind of has a unique AI because it's a bunch of mishmashes of the Protectron AIs alongside of just new personal touches of his creators. And he is pre-bomb dropping as well. However, he's kind of been indisposed of the majority of the time because I kind of envision him being in a research facility or whatnot, just as like the hobby project. And then when everything went, to hell in a handbasket, he kind of got stuck underneath some rubble. And that's kind of where the story picks up with him being found. As for what he does, he's a robot, so he's big, he's tough. He has some experimental weaponry on him. One thing was I was planning on giving him my special item was going to be a chainsaw that only worked for him because it would draw off his central power unit. And it wasn't just a regular chainsaw, it was a plasma chainsaw.
Interesting.
Yeah. and of course, his name was Cap. And you know what? I'm gonna tell the name. What it stands for? It stands for Kick-Ass Protectron. So
Okie dokie.
it's gonna be fun. As for what he's done in his life, he's existed and he's been stuck underneath rubble, contemplating the futility of existence.
All right, I think I have an idea of what rubble he could have been stuck under.
He's trapped in the basement of the Nihilism Museum.
To be fair, his existence has literally been living as a test dummy for scientists and being stuck underneath rubble.
I know. I was just making a joke.
All right. So, and I assume he looks, aside from the cobbled together nature, fairly close to a normal Protectron.
Yep. Looks fairly standard and whatnot. The paint job is a bit, at this point, it's rusted mostly and whatnot. If it wasn't for the fact that his hands look a little bit different because there's integrated weaponry, and the fact he's got like this weird boxy sort of thing attached to his hip, he would look like a regular, almost stock standard Protectron. Most of the changes have been internal.
Okie dokie. All right. So we have our group then. And I'm going to discuss with the guys real quick about how we can integrate everybody into coming into the game. And I think it should be pretty easy to get everybody in based upon what I'm expecting for people to do. But we will see. And we will share that with you next episode, now that you have been introduced to everybody. All right. Any final words for the viewers before we sign off and let them get to the next episode?
I've decided my special gun will be that gun from New Vegas.
That gun?
Yeah. Just a 223 with a weird green light that turns yellow when I'm reloading.
With the big iron on your hip?
I don't know how big a 220... I don't know anything about firearms, Tommy. But is the 223 big?
No, not really, but it is a rifle, so.
Fair enough.
Rifle caliber, so.
Yeah, it does fire 5.56.
It hurts your wrists.
Probably.
All right.
It's the spaghetti boy.
Yeah. I have a little bit. I have, I want to say it was a 2, wasn't it? Yes. Yeah. No, it's a 3 in fortitude. I'm spaghetti with a very hefty marinara sauce.
It's a meat marinara.
Carbonara, if you will.
Yeah.
And mine must be a Chicago deep dish pizza, apparently, then.
You're a robot, though. Robot.
Exactly.
Somebody put ranks in computers so they can hack him and make him do other stuff.
Oh, yeah, that'll be me. That'll be big learning boy over here.
Good.
All right.
I just forgot I need a sniper rifle.
Uh-oh. Better find it.
Well, they're
All right.
certainly available.
So we're going to get that started. You guys can come to the next episode. We're going to straighten out some more things before we jump into it. All right? Have a great day. God bless. Goodbye.
Bye.
We're the big iron on his hip.